A rabbi taught me an ancient method to attract money and prosperity using only a glass of salt. And from that day, I understood that abundance doesn't arrive by chance, but through inner preparation. If you feel that money slips through your hands no matter how much you work, write in the comments. I opened my path toward prosperity and cut ties with scarcity. Now, this was years ago, during a time when everything seemed to be falling apart. I worked non-stop, but every peso that came in went out immediately. Bills piled up, debts grew, and I lived with the constant sensation of being trapped in a cycle with no way out. It wasn't just a financial crisis, it was something deeper, as if I carried an invisible burden that prevented me from moving forward. Every attempt to improve ended in frustration. Every hope faded before taking form. Until one night, in the midst of that silent desperation, I remembered something I had heard long ago. An elderly rabbi I had met during a difficult moment in my youth had spoken to me about a principle that at the time I didn't understand. He told me that salt is not just an element of the earth, but an agent of transformation. A purifier capable of absorbing what is stagnant and opening space for the new. He explained that in the most ancient traditions, salt was used to seal pacts, to protect thresholds, and to cleanse what couldn't be seen but weighed heavy. It wasn't magic, he clarified firmly. It was order. It was intention. It was the capacity to create a clean space where abundance could enter without obstacles. At that moment, his words seemed strange to me, almost incomprehensible. But that night, when I had no options left, I decided to try it. I took a transparent glass, filled it with clean water up to 3/4 full, and added 2 tablespoons of coarse salt. I didn't mix anything. I let the salt fall to the bottom, just as he had instructed me. I placed the glass at the entrance of my house, near the main door on the floor, discreet but present. And I left it there for 3 consecutive nights, without touching it, without moving it, without doubting. I don't know what I expected, maybe nothing. But on the 3rd day, when I observed the glass from afar, I noticed that the water had become cloudy. The salt had climbed up the sides of the glass, forming strange patterns as if something had been absorbed. I carefully took the glass, carried it to the bathroom, and emptied it into the toilet without looking at its contents. I washed the glass with plenty of water and stored it separately, reserved only to repeat this in the future. That same week, I received an unexpected call. It was an old contact offering me freelance work that I had rejected months earlier. I accepted. The payment arrived quickly and allowed me to cover an urgent debt. Days later, another opportunity appeared, then another. They weren't spectacular miracles, but they were doors that had previously been closed and now opened effortlessly. It was then that I understood what the rabbi had meant. It wasn't about asking, but about clearing the path so that what already belonged to me could arrive. Salt has a profound history in the memory of peoples. For millennia, it was considered more valuable than gold. Roman soldiers received their payment in salt, and from there comes the word salary. It wasn't just a condiment, it was a symbol of purity, of value, of fair exchange. In ancient traditions, salt was used on thresholds to protect the home. It was used in alliance ceremonies, and it was spread over the earth to fertilize it. The wise knew that salt absorbed the heavy, neutralized the toxic, and transformed the stagnant into movement. When we use salt in a prosperity ritual, we're not appealing to mysterious forces. We're applying a natural principle observed for centuries. Salt acts as an energetic magnet. It attracts toward itself what is blocked, absorbs it, and allows the new to occupy its place. It's an act of order, of conscious cleansing, of internal preparation. Money doesn't arrive in chaotic spaces. It arrives where there is clarity, where there is intention, and where there is space to receive it. After that first ritual, I began to observe changes that went beyond the material. My mind was clearer. Decisions that previously paralyzed me now flowed naturally. I stopped feeling that constant anxiety that accompanied me every time I thought about money. It was as if something had been released inside me, something I didn't know was blocked. And with that release, opportunities began to multiply. Not loudly, but silently, constantly, really. I met other people who had also done this ritual. A woman who worked in a small shop told me that after placing the glass of salt at the entrance of her business for 3 nights, a customer she hadn't seen in years appeared with a large, unexpected order. From that moment, sales began to grow steadily. Another man who had been looking for employment for months without success did the ritual in his house, and less than a week later received a call for an interview that he didn't even remember having applied for. Today, he works at that company, stable, prosperous, with clarity about his path. These stories aren't exceptional. They're the natural result of applying a simple principle. When you clean the space where you live, you also clean the interior space where you make decisions, where you attract circumstances, where you build your reality. The glass of salt ritual doesn't make money appear out of nowhere. It makes you stop blocking its arrival. It makes you open yourself to receive it. It makes your energy change from scarcity to abundance, from resistance to flow. But this is just the beginning. Because it's not only your house that carries energy, you also carry it. Every step you take, every place you pass through, every interaction you have leaves a mark on you. And if that mark isn't cleaned, the blockage follows you everywhere. That's why the rabbi taught me a second practice as simple as the first, but even more personal. He told me, clean your steps, because what you carry on your feet, you also carry in your spirit. The shoes you wear every day don't just touch the ground. They cross streets, enter offices, step on spaces charged with others' emotions, with scattered intentions, with energies that don't belong to you. All of that adheres to you without you noticing. And when you arrive home, you bring it with you. You bring it to your bed, to your mind, to your capacity to rest and renew yourself. This second practice serves to cut ties with that, to prevent you from continuing to walk with an invisible weight that isn't yours, and to attract what truly belongs to you. Before sleeping, take the shoes you use most to go out. Not the ones you keep for special occasions, but those that truly accompany you each day. The ones that take you to work, to your errands, to your active life. Those shoes carry your energy of movement, of effort, of the path traveled. Take a little fine salt and sprinkle it delicately inside each shoe, just enough to cover the insole. Don't press it or push it. Let it fall gently as if you were scattering seeds over fertile earth. Once both shoes have that fine layer of salt, place them under your bed. But pay attention to this. The soles must be oriented toward the bedroom door, not toward the wall or any other direction. This orientation represents the exit of the negative and the entry of the new. It's a symbolic gesture, but powerful. Throughout the entire night, while you sleep, the salt absorbs what you carried during the day, what adhered to you without your consent, what weighed on you without you knowing it. Do this for 3 consecutive nights. Each morning, before putting on your shoes, shake out the salt and throw it directly in the trash. Don't reuse it, don't keep it. That salt fulfilled its function and must leave your space. If you can, accompany this gesture with a brief phrase. My steps lead me toward prosperity, or I walk toward abundance with clarity. You don't need to shout it. Say it with conviction, as if it were already true. When you combine the glass of salt ritual at the entrance with the shoes under the bed, you create a complete system of energetic cleansing. The glass protects your space, filters what enters from outside, and establishes a barrier against external negative energies. It's your first line of defense. Meanwhile, the shoe ritual cleans the energy you've already accumulated, the one you carry with you day after day without realizing it. Together, these 2 rituals form a virtuous cycle. Your space is purified, your path is unobstructed, and the invisible blockages that prevented you from attracting money begin to dissolve. Perhaps you'll notice that your thoughts become clearer, that synchronicities increase, that opportunities you hadn't thought of suddenly present themselves. It's not coincidence. It's the direct result of a cleaner, energetic environment and a more focused mind. It's the natural consequence of having made the conscious decision to clean what was blocking you. Now, after cleaning the path and releasing the energy you carry in your steps, it's time to enter a deeper dimension. It's no longer just about opening doors or cleaning what you carry without realizing it. Now it's about activating your power of attraction, transforming your personal energy into a true magnet for money and prosperity. And this is done with something that represents you. Something that, although it may seem common, conserves all your energy of effort, your desires, your habits, your history. That object is your wallet. Yes, your wallet. That small space where you keep your money day after day, although it may seem insignificant, is a direct symbol of your economy, of what comes in, of what goes out, of what remains. And many times, without you realizing it, that place is charged with old energy, with blockages, with accumulated frustration. If it's not cleaned, no matter how much you work, money will continue entering and leaving without leaving a trace. This practice transforms your wallet into a source of attraction. Instead of being a simple container, it'll become a clean and active channel through which money circulates and remains. To begin, completely empty your wallet and take out everything inside. Bills, coins, papers, old receipts, purchase tickets, cards, everything. Here begins a deep cleansing, not only energetic, but also physical. Throw away everything that no longer serves. Expired bills, crumpled papers, remnants of things that have no reason to be there. These things represent disorder, and where there is disorder, money doesn't circulate. Money seeks orderly, clean spaces worthy of receiving it. Once your wallet is completely empty, take a small glass container and place 2 tablespoons of coarse salt in it. Place your empty wallet on top of that container so that it sits just above the salt, without touching it directly. If your wallet is very large, you can use a shallow tray with salt distributed uniformly. The idea is that the salt remains underneath, acting as a purification field. Leave this preparation for an entire night in a quiet place where no one will touch it. The darker and more silent the place, the better. While your wallet rests on the salt, repeat mentally, Money respects me, seeks me, and remains with me. Say it calmly, as if it were already true, as if you already lived in the abundance you deserve. It's not a plea. It's an affirmation, it's a declaration of your natural right to prosperity. The next day, take your wallet. Don't use it yet. First, prepare an energetic reinforcement to place inside. Select a clean bill without creases and place it inside along with a small white cloth bag containing a bit of coarse salt. This bag should be small enough not to be uncomfortable, but present enough to remind you that your wallet is protected, activated with a clear intention to attract and retain money. Some people do this cleansing once and perceive immediate changes. Others repeat it monthly, especially on the 1st, 11th, or 21st of the month. It's said that these days have a special energetic charge, ideal for strengthening intentions. What's important isn't the frequency but the clarity with which you do it. It's not a mechanical act. It's a gesture of respect toward money, toward yourself, toward the abundance you're building. The way you keep your money also influences your prosperity. Folding bills carelessly, mixing them with dirty papers, or leaving them disorganized in your wallet is like telling money, "I don't care about you." And if you don't take care of your money, money won't take care of you. It's that simple. After this ritual, maintain order. Bills organized by value, without wrinkles, coins in their compartment, without old tickets or loose remnants. Make your wallet a space worthy of what you want to attract. It's not obsession, it's respect, it's energy. A merchant once told me that since he considers his wallet a sacred space, not only have his sales increased, but money yields more. Or he feels that every peso allows him to do more, that nothing is lost without bearing fruit. Adopt the habit of checking your wallet regularly. Remove unnecessary receipts. Organize your bills, clean accumulated dust. These small daily gestures are declarations of intention that tell life, "I'm ready to receive more, and I'm capable of taking care of it." Remember that your wallet is the first place where money rests before going out into the world. If it finds a chaotic environment, it will be anxious to leave. If it finds an organized, respected space, it will tend to stay longer and attract more of its kind. Money is energy, and like all energy, it moves toward where it is valued, where it is expected, where there is clarity. If you're ready to transform your relationship with money and learn more powerful abundance rituals, subscribe now to this channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any teaching. We're building a community of people who understand that prosperity isn't chance, but conscious preparation. Until now, we've worked with external elements, the space where you live, what you use to walk, what you use to keep your money. But there exists a deeper level, and it's the connection you have with all of this, your intention, your energy, your capacity to maintain what you've conquered. For that, you'll create your own consecrated salt. It's not salt for cooking or for throwing away. It's personal salt made by you that serves as an energetic reserve, as a constant reminder of your intention. As an anchor you can activate whenever you need it. This stage is simple but very powerful. Find a glass jar with a lid. It can be small, but make sure it's perfectly clean. At the bottom of the jar, place a white paper where you'll write 3 things. Your full name, a keyword that represents what you attract. It can be prosperity, abundance, or stability, and a date that marks the beginning of your new economic phase. It can be today, it can be the first day of next month. What's important is that this date represents a breaking point, a before and after. Then fill the jar with coarse salt, preferably unrefined sea salt. While you do this, concentrate. Don't put the salt in just to put it in. Each spoonful is an affirmation. You can repeat quietly, "This salt guards my intention. This salt protects what is mine. This salt multiplies what arrives." Do this until you completely cover the paper. Once full, close the jar and keep it in a special place for you. It can be your nightstand, a particular drawer, or even a small altar if you have one. What's important is that no one else touches it. It's your reserve. It's your source. And here's the best part. Whenever you feel that things aren't progressing, that your money is stagnant, or that opportunities are moving away, take this jar in your hands. Don't open it, just hold it. Breathe deeply 3 times and repeat an activation phrase. You can use, "I remember who I am and what I deserve," or simply, "My energy attracts and maintains abundance." This act, although it may seem simple, has a very real impact. You reconnect with your initial intention, reaffirm your right to a more prosperous life, and by doing this, your energy changes. But it's not just that. This consecrated salt can also help you strengthen other rituals. If you repeat the glass with salt ritual, you can use a teaspoon of this salt instead of common salt. If you do the shoe ritual, you can sprinkle a little inside before putting the regular salt. You can even carry a small amount in a little bag inside your wallet as extra reinforcement. The more you use this salt consciously, the more powerful it becomes. It's not about superstition, it's about intention, about concentration, about real connection with what you're building. You've traveled the entire path. You cleaned your house, your steps, your relationship with money, and you created your own energetic reserve with consecrated salt. But there's one final step missing. One that seems small, but has the power to close this cycle with force and activate everything you've done so that it works continuously. This step is the seal, the symbolic action that tells the universe, "I'm ready to receive." In many ancient villages, when they finished a prosperity ritual, people didn't sit around waiting. They did something to show that their faith wasn't just words. They made a gesture, one more step, something that sealed the pact with the energy they had invoked. And that gesture was very simple. Give a little to open space for more. When someone asked for abundance, at the end of the process, they shared a small part of what they had. It didn't matter how much it could be, a coin, a piece of bread, a handful of grains. What mattered was the act of releasing, of trusting that by giving you also receive. And that's what you'll do now. After completing the rituals and having your jar of consecrated salt, choose an amount of money. It doesn't need to be large. What's important is that it's something you can give without fear. A coin, a small bill, even a part of what you earned that day. This money you'll donate. It doesn't matter to whom. It can be someone you see on the street, a neighbor in need, a cause that inspires you. What matters is the act of giving. This gesture is what seals your energetic work. It's the action that demonstrates to your mind and your environment that you don't operate from scarcity, but from trust, that you believe in what you did, that you're open to receiving much more. One person told me that after doing all the rituals, they decided to give a small part of their daily sale to a woman who sold candy in their neighborhood. It was something simple, without thinking much. The next day, a customer who hadn't bought in months returned and placed a large, unexpected order. Now that you've done all this, you're no longer the same person who began this process. Perhaps you don't feel it immediately, but your energy has changed. You're cleaner, more focused, more connected with what you deserve. I invite you to leave a comment confirming your commitment to abundance. Write what you feel, not for me, but for yourself, to seal this moment, to confirm that you took the step, that you did it with faith, and that you're ready to receive. And if this type of teaching helps you order your life from the root and return to your center, subscribe to the channel. This space exists for that, to share tools that help you sustain clarity, balance, and direction in your day-to-day life.